What I want to show you today is some real-life interviews with people who have been unemployed and really understand some of the frustration, trauma, difficulty, angst of being unemployed. And also talk to some people who've gotten their job and can reflect back on that journey, talk about maybe how the church and career connections and support groups can help people in that. We're also going to hear from a professional recruiter about what recruiters are looking for and see the disconnect between where unemployed people often feel and what job employers are looking to find. And what Career Connections is trying to do is help prepare you to bridge that gap. So when you do get that interview, you're ready and you're what that employer is looking for. And that's an important process, and that's what Career Connections is about. We've got tons of good information, but what we really need to do is bring unemployed people into a supportive place where their frustrations can be understood, addressed, hope can be infused, which we believe the gospel can do, and then also we can get down to the real nitty-gritty of what do you need to do to stay into an effective job searching, career developing process. That's what you're going to hear today.
I have revised my resume. Gosh, I can't count. I've given more elevator speeches than I've ever been on elevators in my life. I've networked with everybody I can get near. I have over 260 good professional contacts on LinkedIn. And that's not the hard part of looking for a job. The hardest thing is answering to people why I don't have a job. Every time I go out of the house, it's an adventure. Whether it's a neighborhood event, grocery store, my mom calls. They all want to know the same thing, and I don't want to talk about it. I honestly don't want to talk about it. Why can't they figure out when I get a job, they'll know? I have friends on Facebook. Did you get a job? I'm like, you'll know. I'll probably use a font so big that even if you're not a friend, somehow it'll sneak through, and you'll know that I got a job. When you have a job, you're more than your job. When you're unemployed, you're more than an unemployed person. I'd like to talk about something else. When I go to the grocery store, I want to be something other than that nice, friendly guy who doesn't have a job.
Well, being unemployed is a very tedious adventure. The starting point where you first realize that you're not going to have an income for a while, you really start getting the sense that it's not coming and that I'm not going to have an income. How am I going to pay the bills? And it starts becoming a bit overwhelming. The sense of being hopeless starts to creep in, and eventually, as the weeks pass, you start feeling depressed and unmotivated, and eventually it gets to that point where it's hard to get out of bed. You don't want to open the curtains, you just want to sit inside, and it's a very depressing time, a time where it's very hard to know what the future has and to feel that there is hope.
In the beginning, you feel like you've just been pushed into the deep end of the ocean and you're treading water and trying to survive. That can be really difficult, and you feel like this happened to you and it wasn't your fault and it wasn't your choice, which makes it even worse. But you can tread water for only so long, and then you need help. And that's what Career Connections was for me. Yeah, well, it affects the whole family. Everyone panics a little. It causes stress in the household. The children are thinking, well, can I ask for $5 or can I? Are we going to have birthdays? What will happen at Christmas? It's just a lot of stress for the whole family. So you have to think ahead and be proactive and plan things that you can do inexpensively, things that you can do as a family to keep your spirits up, pray together. In a lot of ways, going through a period of unemployment does a lot of positive things. It makes you refocus. It makes you look at your finances more carefully. It makes you be more careful about the decisions that you have to make. And all of those things are, again, things that I got out of Career Connections, listening to the people that came in and said, here's how to keep a positive attitude. Keep your day organized. Make sure you keep a schedule. All of those things were really beneficial, and I think made a huge impact on the year that I had. I spent, I think, the first month of unemployment working on my resume by myself, with some friends looking at it. But when you go to something like Career Connections and you find out this networking, the keyword networking is what it's all about now. It's not the same game that it was a decade ago or more. And people like me sit and talk together and say, I have never had to work so hard to find a job. I've never had to do this before. Everything has changed. It's a new game. So you have to reach out and figure out how to do that. It's not the same as it used to be.
The whole process of looking for a job can be daunting, and as you lose your confidence in your ability to find work, and you have the fights over money at home, and everything starts to really come down on you, it is hard. But as you press forward and you get help from other people on that job search process, you're able to come to a place where at the very least you have someone helping you, pulling you along. And several things that helped me along was, the accountability, having people that really linked arms with me to help pull me forward when I couldn't pull myself. But I ended up taking jobs that were less than what I wanted so that I could get to where I wanted. It came through not only God providing, which is the most important thing, but it came through me linking up with people who God sent to me to be able to get me to that point where I could find the work that I enjoy now.
Career Connections is a phenomenal group. I was a part of that group in the beginning when I was not unemployed, but I was stuck in a job that I didn't like. And it really helped me to make that transition into something that I feel like is my God-given strength.
What people need is someone to talk to and someone that will listen to them and let them get their feelings out. And you've got to find a group where you're comfortable. And that's why I go to different support groups where you will connect with people that'll listen to you, because that's what people need.
We started Career Connections because I felt like that God was telling me that I needed to go out and help people get started and feel more confident in their search for jobs. And besides of all that, the group that we have, I feel like, is very supportive. It's that we can sit down and talk with each other and encourage each other, and especially with our new program where we're going in to divide up into groups where we can have a time that's where we can be honest about our feelings, and if we feel down we can talk about it, but yet we've got somebody to the side of us that can bring us up and encourage us, and so that we can make it through this difficult time. And it is hard, and we're with people that know how we feel, and that's important.
Hello, I'm Pastor Gamble, and I hope that you've enjoyed this presentation from some people who are in the Career Connections ministry here. And hopefully what you've seen is that we do understand what it's like to be unemployed. We also have access to a faculty of professional HR people who can help you get up to speed for the work of finding a career. And we can also give you hope and encouragement for the journey, however long it might be, between where you are and where you want to be. We do that in a variety of ways. We have a Tuesday morning 8 to 10 o'clock meeting. We have a Sunday morning meeting at the 9:15 hour here at the church. We also have evening meetings, at times job fairs. We're developing a website to put a lot of the content we have readily accessible to you. So I hope you'll be able to find your way into Crossroads Career Connections, find an appropriate support group, as well as a job process seeking group. And come and join us, check us out. Thanks for watching our video.